Yeah, hello everyone. Is my voice audible, guys? Yeah. So in last session, we have seen how to create React elements, right? And we have created a div element and we have created one h2 element. And in this process, we just came to know that creating user interface in React looks little complex. Looks little complex. Okay, let's try to explore some more examples to create React element using React. Okay. So in today's session, what we will do, we will try to create list element. Let's create a list element. Okay. Using React element approach. React element approach. So here we have to follow the same steps. The first step is we have to create one HTML file. So here I am creating one HTML file called list.html. This is the step one. Step two, we have to add the basic code of our HTML. So I'm starting with doc type, adding HTML tag, header tag, and body tag. Inside the head, I will take one title. And simply I will I will add some title for my HTML document. I will say that list in React. Now inside this body, what I will do, I will take one div right now. Okay, I am taking one div element, one empty div element, and to this div element, I will assign ID with the value something called root. Okay, randomly I am assigning a value called root. So this is the extra thing what we are doing right now. So I have just taken a div element. Now why I am taking a div element means whatever React elements I will create now, all those React elements I will add inside this div. I want all my React elements should be added inside this div. So in previous session, all our React elements we were adding directly inside the body. But right now, I want all my React elements should be added inside this div. That's why I am taking this div. Okay, it's completely optional. If you want to skip, you can skip it. Next, we have to take a script tag. I'm taking a script tag. Now, inside this script tag, we have to write our React code. But before we write our React code, we have to integrate our React and React DOM. So what I will do from previous file, I will just copy both the script tags. And I will add inside my header section. So here I am integrating React also, and I'm integrating React DOM also. So both the things got integrated with our HTML document. Now we have to create a list element. Inside in the list element also, I want to create ordered list. So tell me, if you want to create ordered list, what are the tags we are going to use to create ordered list? What are the tags do we use in the HTML?
OL and LI.
OL and LI.
So we use OL tag like this. And inside that OL, we required multiple LIs, right? How many list items you want to show, that many LIs we have to take. So let's assume that I want to show 3 list items. So now in React, you have to create this OL first. Then you have to create 3 LIs. We have to create OL plus we have to create these 3 LIs. So first, let's create OL. How to create OL? For that, simply we have to call a function called react.createElement. React.create element. Now to this create element, the first argument we have to pass the tag name. So we want to create OL. So I am just passing here OL as a first argument. Second argument, right now we don't want to pass anything. So I am passing empty object here. Third argument, what should be the third argument? What should be the third argument for React.create element?
Value.
Yeah, it's value.
What is the term we use? I have explained one term, right? I have taken one term here. What is that term? We have to say children. Okay,
Children. Right.
we pass children. Now for OL, what are the children's? For OL, what are the children's?
LI.
LI
Yes,
list.
all these three LIs are the children's.
Yes.
Now all these three LIs we have to pass as a third argument. If you want to pass more than one children for your element, if you have more than one children, then your third argument should be one array. When we have to take array as a third argument means if your element will have more than one children. So right now for our OL, we want to create three LIs. So OL has more than one children. That is the reason I am taking third argument as an array. Now in this array, we have to create all these LIs. So first, let's create our first LI. How to create this first LI? Again, we have to follow the same process. What is that process? Inside this array, again, I will write the same code, react.create element. This is for first LI. Okay, let me just add in the next line. So this is for first LI. Like this, I want one more react.create element. This is for second LI. I want react.create element. This is for my third LI. So inside your array, you are adding three functions, react.create element, react.create element, react.create element. So if you want, you can write, you can add just in the next lines here. Now this entire thing will return us one OL with three LIs. So we can catch in one container. Now this container contains OL with three LIs. First, we are creating react.create element of OL. Then in third argument, we are passing one array. Again, in that array, we are creating each LI. This is for first LI, second LI, third LI. Again, here, same thing. First argument should be LI. Second argument, I am just passing empty object. Third argument should be the children for the LI. What will be the children for the LI? What will be the
Any type of name.
List value.
Name.
Yeah, it will be normal content, right? So here I will just pass some usernames like Rohan Verma. Here also I will pass LI object. Here I will say something like Riya Sharma. LI object. Here I will pass something like React-JS-1. Some random names I'm passing. That's it. Now, this container, nothing but all this OL with all these LIs, we have to load inside this div. Inside this div, I want to add. So for that, we will use React DOM. React DOM dot render. The first argument should be all your React elements. So all our React elements we are storing in this variable. So we can pass that variable, comma. Where we want to add all this we want to add inside this div. So get the reference or get the DOM element of this div. How to get? For that we can use document.get element by ID of root. What is the ID value? Root. So root. That's it. Now, if I load this document in my browser, this is how it looks. So here, ordered list has been created. So what do we call to this part? This numbers we are showing here, right? So what do we call to this part in HTML? This 1, 2, 3. This numbers. What do we call to this numbers?
Ordered list.
No. Ordered list is this everything. But what we will call to only this part, this numbers part. So basically in HTML, we call this part as a markers. Okay, this is a number marker. So can we change this marker instead of showing numbers? Can I show the alphabets here like A, B, C?
Yes.
So how to show
Yes.
the alphabets here? How to change those markers? So how do we change markers in our HTML? Did you guys remember list concept in HTML? Okay, let me just create here list HTML list.html I'm saying. Okay, so in HTML, if I want to create list, ordered list, we will take OL and we will take 3 LIs, right? And just we will mention here some name. I will just say Rohan, Raj, Rahul. Now, if I load this, it will show us like this. If I want to change these markers in HTML, what we do? Yeah, capital A or small a's I want to show. How you can change that? Here we add,
Unordered list.
pardon?
Order list and unordered list was there.
No, I want to change the marker. So we add a type attribute. And if you pass here small a, then your marker will change. Now, instead of showing numbers, it will show alphabets with the lower cases.
ABC. Okay.
Okay. If you pass capital A here, then it will show the marker in the capital letter. If you pass here small I, then it will show in the Roman numbers. Okay. If you pass number, then it will show in the numbers. So by default, if you don't pass that attribute, then by default, it will show numbers. But here I want to show in the alphabets, that too in the lower cases. So I am passing small a. The moment I pass small a, and if I refresh, I got here ABC. So what we are doing, how we are changing the marker means by passing one attribute to our OL. By passing one attribute to our OL. Now, same attribute, this attribute I want to pass in my React. So same list I have created in my React also. Okay, here Rohan Verma, Riya Sharma, React-JS-1. By default, numbers I am showing, but I want to show here alphabets. So how to configure attributes? Question is how to configure attributes. So anybody knows or anybody can guess where we can configure the attributes when it comes to React elements? How to configure the attributes in React elements? This is where your second argument comes into picture. This second argument. So this second argument is used to configure attributes for this particular element. So we can add any number of attributes, right? For our element, for our tag. That is the reason second argument is object, so that you can configure multiple attributes. So I want to add type attribute. So inside this object, simply you can say type colon, I will say small a. So this type with this value as an attribute will be added to this element. So if I just go back here and if I refresh, now see I got ABC. Suppose for my OL, I want to add ID. So I will just say ID colon something like here I will say users. Now this both the attributes are added to your element. If you inspect, you will be able to see that. So see, under div, under this div, your OL is added. Under that OL, 3 LIs are added. And if you see to your OL, 2 attributes are added, type and ID. So second argument we use to configure the attributes, Can we add inline CSS? I want to add inline CSS. So if you want to add inline CSS in HTML, what we do? Inline CSS. We use
We use inline
style attribute. Then we add double quotes and we add our color, right? Suppose here if I say color red and colon, if I say background color black, then I will get CSS for my least element in HTML, right? If I refresh, I got like this. Now, same inline CSS I want to do in my React also. Inline CSS in React also. Now, this is the inline CSS in normal HTML. So here we have added 2 properties, color property, and we have added background property. Now, same inline CSS I want to do in React. How to do? So in this second argument only, we have to pass third property as a style. But remember, style value, this style property value should be one more object. Only for this style attribute, value should be one more object in React. Why? Because in your style attribute, you can pass like this multiple values. Nothing but you can pass multiple properties. That is the reason in React also, whenever you are using style attribute, its value should be one object. Now here you can write your CSS code. But whenever you are writing here CSS properties, then the key name of CSS properties should be in the camel case. Camel case means, for example, if I'm adding color as a green, now all your content will be in the green color here. It is in the green color. Suppose I want to add one more property like background color. So in CSS, how do we add that background color? We write background hyphen color. This is how we write the key name in CSS. But in React, if you want to write this background color, then you have to follow camel case. Camel case means the first word, all the alphabets should be in the small letters. From second word, the first letter should be in the uppercase, remaining should be in the lowercase. Like this. Now see, background color. Background color consists of 2 words. So the first word, all the letters should be in the lowercase. Second word, first letter is in the uppercase, remaining all are in the lowercase. This pattern we call as a camel case. You might have encountered this part in your JavaScript already. In DOM manipulation, you encounter this part. So this is what the pattern we have to follow in React also. So the moment I go back here and if I refresh, I got here background. If I want to add margin, I can add here margin also. Now margin we don't require, we can add padding. 10 pixel padding if you add, so you will get some padding. So like this, you can add any number of inline CSS. This is an inline CSS. External CSS, internal CSS is same like HTML. If you want to do inline internal CSS, simply you can take a style tag here. You can select your element using its ID value, class name, or tag name, or some other selectors, and add CSS. If you want to go with external CSS, same thing. You can create a separate CSS file and you can link that CSS file with your HTML document. With your HTML document. So internal CSS, external CSS is same the way we do in HTML. Only inline CSS will change. This is your inline CSS. The inline CSS pattern is little bit different in React. Internal and external is same like your HTML. And maximum time we will go with external CSS only. In React, maximum time we will use external CSS. But sometimes we might go with the inline CSS as well. So internal CSS we don't use. We use either external or inline CSS. So this is how we add our CSS in React. Now tell me, by seeing this example, what do you feel? Creating user interface in React is easy or it's very complex? Suppose if I ask you to create something like this, I want a div. Inside that, I want one more div. Inside that, I want one more div. Inside that, I want one h2, one paragraph. And then close this div. Close this div. And then close this div. If I ask you to create like this kind of structure in HTML, React. How difficult it will be. So you want one div, inside that one more div. Inside that one more div. Then h2, then paragraph. Okay, let me try this part. I will just close all this. I will just say here task1.html. I will copy the template here so that we will not waste our time. So in this template, I will simply add here div with ID equals to root. I will copy this template and I will paste inside our task1. Now inside this script tag, we have to write the code to create this kind of structure. So here first we have to create this main div, this div. So to create this main div, we will write the code like react.createElement. Now this entire thing is going to return us some kind of element. So I will just catch in one variable. Now what we want to create? We want to create a div. So we will pass div. Do you want to add any attributes? Right now I don't want to add. So if you want, you can pass like this empty object, or if you don't want to pass anything, you can pass null as well. Null means you are not passing anything. If you want, you can pass empty object or you can pass null. I am passing this time null. Now, what should be the third argument for this div? By seeing this example, can you tell me what should be the third argument? For this div, what is the children?
H2 and paragraph.
For this div. For this div, what is the children?
All the divs, two divs and H2P.
Yeah, but for this div, the direct child is only one element. That is this div. This div is a direct child. The second div is present inside this div. So for this parent div, this div is a direct child. It means we have only one children. So what you have to do, you have to create that children first. React.create element. Now here again, div, second argument null, now third argument. Now for this second div, this div is a direct child. So again here you have to create one more div. So I will just add in the next line. Here you have to create one more div. Div, then again null. Now third argument. What should be the third argument for this third div? For first div, children is only one element, that is div. For second div, children is only one element, that is third div. For third div, now children are two elements, h2 and paragraph. So you have more than one children. So what you have to do here? You have to pass array. Now here you have to create h2, you have to create paragraph. Now see how complicated things are becoming. React.create element for h2, comma, React.create element for paragraph. So here you can just add h2 null, here some content. I will say React elements. In the same way, for this paragraph also, second argument null, and here we have to add some content. Okay, I will say that React looks very, very complex now. Now see, this is what the pattern we have followed. So for first div, another div is a children. So again, we are creating that div. For this div, another div is a children. For this div, there are two children, h2 and paragraph. For h2, content is a children. For paragraph, content is a children. Now this container contains three divs, and in that h2 and paragraph. Now this everything we have to load inside the DOM. So for that, we have to use React DOM.render. And now here you have to pass your container, comma, document.get element by ID of root. Now, if I load this document in my browser, it looks like this. And if you inspect, you will be able to see here. Inside your body, you have one div with the ID root. This div we created using HTML. Inside this div, we have added one more div. Inside that, we have added one more div. Inside that, we have added one more div. Inside this, we have h2 and paragraph. So level 1, level 2, level 3, then h2 paragraph. Here also same thing. Level 1, level 2, level 3, then h2 paragraph. Just to create like this simple user interface also, how much complicated code we are writing in React. So everybody started feeling React as a complex. Why? Because here directly we are creating the React elements. As a developer, directly we are creating the React elements. Right now the approach is as a dev using React, we are directly creating the React elements. And after creating this React elements, we are adding this React elements inside the DOM using React DOM. So we are adding React elements in the DOM using React DOM. Then our user interface is visible on the screen. This is what approach we are following. So as a developer, you are using React to create React elements. Then we are using this React DOM to add this React elements inside the DOM. Then your UI was visible. And this process, creating React element process, looks very, very complex. This process looks very, very complex. Creating React elements. So that is the reason now what we are going to do as a dev, as a developer, we are going to create JSX elements. Because JSX elements are 95% similar to your HTML. They are similar to HTML. That's why as a developer, we are going to create JSX elements. Now this JSX elements will be converted into React elements. Now who will convert? For that, we are going to take the help of a special compiler called Babel. Babel compiler. So we will configure Babel compiler with our HTML document. Now Babel compiler will take care of converting JSX elements into React elements. And once those are converted into React elements, then using React DOM, those React elements will be added in the DOM. And once they are added in the DOM, your user interface will be visible on the screen. So the only change, the only thing that we are going to change is instead of creating React elements now, we will create JSX elements. We will create JSX elements. So first, let's see how to create H2 using JSX. How to create H2 or button. Let's go with button. How to create button with JSX. Then we will see H2. So for this, again, the same process we have to follow. I will close all this. I will create a file. I will say JSX button .html. The first step is create HTML file. Second step is add your basic code of your HTML. Third step is add one div with the ID root and add one script tag. Add one script tag. Then integrate your React and React DOM. So I will just copy both the script tags. So till here, we are following the same steps. Now, once you have integrated your React and React DOM, now we have to integrate. Now we have to integrate Babel. We have to integrate Babel with our HTML document. How to integrate Babel means, for that you have to go to the browser. You have to search for babel.js.io. This is the official documentation of Babel. So you have to search for babel.js.io. So you will land on this official documentation of Babel. So what is Babel? Babel is a JavaScript compiler. Now, once you land on their website, then here you will have a setup option. You will have a setup option. You have to click on this setup. The moment you click on setup, you will land on this page. Then here, there is an option called in the browser. Click on that in the browser. The moment you click on in the browser, you will just land here. So just scroll down little bit. Here you will find one script tag. Just copy this script tag. And you have to add that script tag after your React DOM script tag. So the extra thing what we have done is we have added now Babel script tag. After adding this Babel script tag, then you have to add this type attribute. Type equals to text/Babel inside your script tag. So inside this script tag, we are going to write our JSX element. So to this script tag, we have to add one attribute, that is type equals to text/Babel. These are the two extra configuration we have to do. First, we have to add Babel script tag. Second, to our script tag, we have to add this attribute. That's it. So how to get that Babel? Let me explain you one more time. Go to your browser, search for babeljs.io. babeljs.io. Click on enter. Now, once you click on enter, you will land on their official documentation. Click on setup option. Click on setup option. The moment you click on setup option, you will land on this part. Then click on in the browser option. The moment you click on in the browser option, you will land on this part. So simply scroll down a little bit. Here you will find that script tag. Copy this script tag. And in your script tag, add this type equals to text/Babel. So to this script tag, we have to add this attribute, and that script tag we have to paste here. That's it. Now, once you have done this much configuration, now inside this script tag, I want to create one h2. Now this time I want to create h2 using JSX element. How to create means simply create one variable with whatever name you want. I am just saying here container equals to, just use your HTML knowledge now. How do we create h2 in HTML? In the same way we create h2 in JSX also. Opening tag, closing tag. And inside this you write some content. I will say that JSX element. That's it. This is how we create element inside JSX element in our React now. Now this is not HTML. We call this as a JSX. So inside your script tag, if you are writing anything like a HTML, then it is called JSX. In your JavaScript file, if you are writing something like a HTML, then it is a JSX. Now this JSX element we have created, and that reference we are storing in one variable. Now this JSX element we have to give to the React DOM. You just give to the React DOM. And where you want to add this JSX element? Inside this div. So here document dot get element by ID of root. Now, whenever React DOM encounters it is a JSX element, it will ask Babel to convert it into a React elements. So internally, Babel will convert your JSX elements into React elements, and it will give back to React DOM. React DOM will add those React elements inside the DOM. Now see, the moment I load this document in my page, I will see the same h2 element. Simple h2 element we have created using our JSX now. Suppose I want to create a button. So what we will do here, instead of h2, we will create a button. So I will just comment this part. Here I will create var container equals to one button. I will say here JSX button. We will just use our HTML knowledge now. Now, if you go back to your browser and if you refresh, one button will be created. One button is created. Now see how easy it is to create one button and how easy it is to create one H2 also. Suppose I want to create a list. So what I will do now? I will create list dot, I will say JSX list dot HTML. I will copy this template. Instead of writing the template from the scratch, I can copy that template and I will paste here. The extra thing what I need to do, I have to add the script tag of my Babel. So from previous file, I will take that script tag. And I can add here. And to my script tag, I will add type equals to text slash Babel. Now this is the configuration we have to do for each and every example. This is the minimum configuration we have to do. So what we can do, this we can consider as our template. So in separate file, we will add this as a template. So from now, we can copy this template. Now inside this, I want to create one list. So basically, how do we create ordered list? In our HTML, we take one OL tag. And this OL tag now we will assign to one variable. That variable name, whatever you want, you can take. I am just taking container, you can take whatever you want. Now inside this OL tag, you just write your LI tags, that's it. I will say apple /li. So like this, how many LIs we want? That many LIs you can add here. I will say here Samsung. Now here I will say Oppo. Here Vivo. That's it. The moment I saved it, my VS Code is adding like this parenthesis. Inside that we can add this OL. Now once we have created our OL, then use React DOM dot render, add your container inside document dot get element by ID of root. So this part is same. Only that React element part, creation of React element part is changing. Now instead of creating React elements, we are creating JSX elements. So in your interviews, they will ask, is it HTML elements? Answer should be no. They are JSX element. Now how you will differentiate whether it is a JSX element or React elements, JSX elements or HTML elements means, if we are writing anything like a HTML kind of code inside a script tag or inside a JavaScript file, then all those code are JSX element. Anything which you are writing like a HTML inside a script tag or inside a JavaScript file, then all those are JSX elements. This is HTML element, but all these are JSX elements. Now, if I load this in my browser, here see one list is created. I want to add attributes, like I want to change this marker. So same HTML knowledge, add here attribute like this. Type equals to A. If I say type equals to A, then I should get marker A. Now see how simple it is. This is the reason I told creating UI in React is simple like HTML. creating UI in React is as simple as HTML, because here we are writing HTML kind of code. Now all your HTML knowledge will come into picture here. Whatever HTML knowledge you have, that knowledge will come into picture. We are not using HTML, but we are using our HTML knowledge to work with JSX elements. There are some benefits of JSX elements. So what are those benefits? Slowly we will learn. So from now, we will create our user interface like this. We will never create our user interface in this way. So in this way, we will never create our user interface.
But without Babel, can we create JSX file?
No.
No.
Okay. Because this code needs to be get converted into React elements. Finally, you should create React elements only. Just for a developer convenience sake, we are creating UI in JSX. But at the end, this JSX has to get converted into React elements. Now, who will take care? Babel will take care of doing that part. So if you don't
What about
integrate Babel,
apps?
it will not.
Sorry.
Yeah, tell me.
It's like a bootstrap, right? What about bootstrap? Can we able to integrate here
Yes, you can
in
integrate
React?
Bootstrap as well. If you add that CDN link of your Bootstrap, you can start using Bootstrap classes here. It will work.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we are dealing in very scratch way, but this is not how we do in the real time. Okay. There we will create one React application with the help of a tool called CRA. But right now we are at very beginning stage. So we are learning everything from the scratch. From here, things will change now. Slowly things will change. We started our discussion with React elements. Now we have entered into JSX elements. And again from here, slowly things will change. Right now, directly we are creating our user interface using JSX element. Now in future, we will use JavaScript functions. So like this, things will change now, step by step. Okay, so here I have just introduced what are JSX. So JSX stands for JavaScript and XML. They are the special syntaxes to create your elements. And the elements that we create with those special syntaxes are called JSX element. So this is one JSX element. This is another JSX element. This is another JSX element, another JSX element. So this is how we create a JSX element. Okay. So in next session, that will be on the Monday, we will work little bit more on this JSX part. We will create multiple examples. So in next session, what we will do, we will create one card. Like this, we will create one card. In that card, we will try to display a user image. Then we will try to display a user name. Then we will try to display here some information, some description related to user in a paragraph format. And then let's add one simple button. So we will create like this one user interface. We will create one card. Proper image we will show, proper name we will show, some description we will show, one button we will show. First, we will learn how to create like this card using your JSX element. Then we will see how to reuse this UI. Suppose I want multiple cards. So instead of writing same code for multiple times, we will see how to reuse this user interface like this multiple times. So there you will learn how we are going to reuse our UI in the React. Okay, so we will create one simple card, maybe something like this. Maybe something like this card we will create. Okay, we will try to create much more simpler card than this. But like this card we will create. Like this one card. So here we will show one user image like this. Some description like this related to user. Right now here I am showing 5 lines. We will just show 2 or 3 lines. And then we will show user name and one like this one button. So like this, we will create first one card. Then we will see how to reuse that card. Then we will see how to pass different data in each and every card. So like this, step by step, things we will explore. First, how to create a card. Then we will reuse the card. The moment you reuse the card, in all the cards, you will display same data. Then we will learn how to display unique data in every card. I don't want to show same images on all the card. I want to show different images. I want to show different names. I want to show different bios. So how to do that? So all those things we will see in the next session. That will be on Monday. Okay. Maximum Monday will be the last demo sessions, guys. Maximum Monday will be the last demo session. So in case if you want to proceed, you guys can just finish your payment process, or else if you want to drop, yeah, you guys can drop. Okay, Monday will be the last demo sessions. So on Monday you can join without any payment, but after Monday they might not allow you guys to join the session if you have not completed your payment process.
Sir, what kind of what are the project are we going to cover in this course, sir?
We are going to develop e-commerce project at the end.
At the
Right.
end only. So, is there any mini project for
So meanwhile, while learning the
practice or something?
yeah, while learning React.js, we will develop lot of small projects, small mini projects to understand React. But once we understood React, at the end, we are going to develop one e-commerce project.
Okay. I just gone through this Asok portal where they mentioned like a reminder app and then some birthday invitation like that. Is that belongs to our course or
No.
is it separate?
No, it might be
No?
separate. It
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
belong to our course. Okay, so I have shared the syllabus, right? So just to
Yeah,
keep
you
the thing
showed here.
clear, yeah, I shared that syllabus. So whatever syllabus I have shared, exactly all those things we are going to cover.
Okay, okay. Will you be able to guide this portfolio for a student or something if you are going interview
Yes, I will be
they are
guiding.
requesting?
We will discuss interview question, how your interviews will be, what things you have to take care, all those things we will discuss.
Okay, because I went through a couple of job portal. They are requesting to submit your own portfolio like that when we are searching like a front end developer.
Yeah. Basically, they wanted to know what are the different projects you have done. So portfolio
Okay.
means they are asking the information about you, like what projects you have done, right? What are the
Yes.
technologies you know, all those things they are asking. So you have to
Okay.
share your LinkedIn profile, you have to share your GitHub link, you have to share your projects, what you have developed. So that is what the meaning of sharing the portfolio.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so our project will be related to API. We are going to integrate APIs. We are going to fetch data from the databases. The only thing
Mm,
is we will not do backend part. We will only focus on front end part. Okay, for
okay.
backend part, you should have a backend technology knowledge like Node.js or Express. So here we are not going to learn Node.js or Express. Already backend part will be ready. We will just
Mm,
develop a project on front end part.
okay. Are you guiding this GitHub also, sir? How to, push and pull?
Yeah, I will just guide you guys. So
Okay,
basically, I will, if possible, I will take 1 or 2 sessions where I will explain you how to create GitHub account, how to create repositories, how to push your code, what are the things you have to mention in your GitHub. Okay,
okay, okay.
all those things you have to mention. Remember, whenever if someone opens your GitHub, for example, if I'm just opening my GitHub,
Mhm.
okay, they are going to check your profile.
Mm,
Now in this profile here, they are going to check this graph. So this graph indicates how much active you are on GitHub. So if you see all this green, 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 it means I am completely active on the GitHub. Every day I'm going to push some code in my GitHub repository.
mm,
And if you see my initial stages, the moment when I have created this GitHub for training part, that time see very less.
okay.
It means I was not active on GitHub. I was not pushing my code here. So why
Mm.
they ask GitHub accounts or GitHub links means just to check how much code you are writing on daily basis. So your GitHub account should look like this. It should contain lot of
Okay.
greens. And how these greens will come? The moment you write your code and you push your code on the GitHub on daily basis.
This will affect only personal account, right? Like GitHub, if we have already experienced that, we cannot show here, right? That will be blanks to companies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will be guiding about GitHub and LinkedIn also because LinkedIn account is also very, very important. So what are the things you
Yes.
have to take care of? How you can approach your HRs, how to, all those things we will discuss while doing those projects.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all guys. So let's meet on Monday. Let's
Sir,
continue next.
are you offering Node.js course also?
Right now in this batch, we are not going to cover, but yes, Node.js batch is going to start maybe after 1 month. In the evening slot, it will start.
So Node.js along with the MongoDB.
Yes, Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. These are the three things we will
So you
cover
are
in
going to
backend
take
part.
that batch,
Yes, I will take that batch.
and how much is the course fee for that?
That same fees, almost it will be same 8K only. Again, the duration of the course will be same. It will be around 1.5 to 2 months.
And it is going to cover all those things, na? MongoDB and Node.js along with the
Yes.
Express.
Node,
And React is
Express.
also covering, yeah,
Yeah.
React is a separate part.
No, no, React. Which part?
I'm saying that in that course of Node.js, you are going to
Mhm.
cover MongoDB, Express.js, and React also.
Not React. We will cover only Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. That will be
Okay,
like a
no,
backend part, backend course, right?
that is a backend course. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Okay, and
Here I
how
will
much
show
duration?
integration
Yes,
of React and Angular with Node.js. That part I will cover there. Like if you
okay,
know React, if you know Angular, how do we integrate that part? That we
okay. And also, you can provide the knowledge about the REST APIs, how to use those APIs with the React.
yes, yes. So we are going to work on APIs only. Whatever project we are going to build, that is based on APIs only we will build. The only thing we will not learn how to create APIs. Here we are going to learn how to consume that APIs, how to use those
How
APIs.
to use those APIs.
Yes.
Okay. And the REST APIs are created in which language?
Node.js basically. So whatever REST APIs I will use, that was created in Node.js.
Okay, Node.js. Once we learn the Node.js, then we are able to create those APIs.
Yeah, if you learn Node.js, you will be able to create APIs. But if you don't know Node.js, then you will learn how to consume those APIs,
How to use those
how
APIs
to use those
in the
APIs.
React.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So basically,
So-
what a front-end developer or what a React developer will do in real time, that is what we are going to learn here. So as a React developer, you need not to know how APIs are developed. You should know how to use those APIs.
Yes. And also in some session of your JavaScript, I saw that you already use some APIs with the JavaScript part also.
Yes. So those are like a fixed, like fake APIs. Like on the internet, you will find a lot of fake APIs, right? And
Okay,
those
okay.
APIs might be developed on any technology. Like we are not aware about that. But yeah, we can use all those APIs.
Okay, okay, okay.
So if you know how to use APIs of one technology, you will have a same process with all the technologies, whether it's a Java or Spring Boot or Django or Laravel, whatever it might be.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, I will explain all that process, like what a backend developer is going to do, what a database person is going to do, what a front-end developer will do, what information we required from the backend, how much information we required, what information they are going to provide us. All those things we will learn.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, guys. So let's meet on Monday and let's continue next set of things.
Do we have
Okay,
class
thank you,
tomorrow?
sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do we
Manas.
have class tomorrow? People
For
who are
tomorrow, we
coming,
don't have. We have on Monday, okay?
no, people who are coming from UI full stack.
No, we don't. We have the session on Monday now, direct React.
Okay. You have informed right in last class, I guess. Saturday and
Which-
Sunday there will be a full stack.
Yes, that will be from next week. Okay.
Okay.
So once we finish this demo sessions, then we will be freezing this batch, right? So Monday to Friday, we will take React, and Saturday, Sunday, I will take Bootstrap.
Okay.
So next Saturday, you will have a Bootstrap part.
Okay.
Sir, in the same batch, are you going to cover Bootstrap?
No, Bootstrap was for the people who joined for UI full stack.
Okay, okay.
So I will try to allow you guys as well. So let's see how management will react for it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, welcome.